2 days ago, the United States Secretary of Defense sat across from the CEO of an AI company and gave him 3 days. He told him to agree to the terms, or the department would blacklist the company from every military contract in the country. The company is Anthropic. The product is an AI model called Claude, and until last week, it was the only artificial intelligence system trusted to operate inside the Pentagon's most classified networks. The systems where intelligence is analyzed, where battlefield operations are planned, and where America's most sensitive weapons programs are developed. No other AI had ever been allowed in. Not OpenAI, not Google, not Elon Musk, just Claude. But that changed 3 days ago, when the Pentagon signed a deal to bring in a replacement. The replacement is Grok, the AI model built by Elon Musk's company xAI. And what makes this story extraordinary is not just who got in, it is why the company that was already inside is being forced out. Here's what happened. Last summer, the Pentagon awarded $200 million contracts to 4 AI companies: Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, and xAI. The idea was to bring the most powerful AI models in the world into military operations. Anthropic was the first to get approved for classified systems. Claude was deployed through a partnership with Palantir, the defense technology company, and it was used in real operations. According to multiple reports, Claude was accessed during the January raid in Venezuela that resulted in the capture of President Nicolas Maduro. But the Pentagon wanted more. It demanded that Anthropic make Claude available for all lawful purposes. No restrictions, no exceptions, no guardrails that the company, rather than the military, gets to define. Anthropic said, no, not to everything. It agreed to support the Pentagon across a wide range of missions. But it drew 2 lines it would not cross. The first was mass surveillance of American citizens. The second was fully autonomous weapons, meaning systems controlled by AI that can select and fire on targets without a human being involved in the decision. Anthropic's chief executive officer, Dario Amodei, explained his reasoning on a podcast the same day as the meeting. He said the constitutional protections built into America's military depend on the idea that there are humans in the chain of command who can refuse illegal orders. Fully autonomous weapons remove that safeguard entirely. He also warned that a powerful AI scanning billions of conversations could detect disloyalty and stamp it out before it grows. That is the surveillance scenario he is trying to prevent. The Pentagon's response was blunt. A senior defense official told reporters before the meeting, "This is not a friendly meeting. This is a get-off-the-pot meeting." Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth walked into that room with 5 of his most senior officials, including the Pentagon's top lawyer. He told Amodei that no company gets to dictate the terms under which the military makes operational decisions, and he gave Anthropic until Friday at 5 p.m. to comply or face consequences. Those consequences are severe. First, the Pentagon would terminate Anthropic's $200 million contract. Second, it would designate Anthropic a supply chain risk. That designation would force every company that does military work to certify that they are not using Anthropic's products anywhere in their operations. For a company trying to grow its business with large enterprises, many of which hold military contracts, that is potentially devastating. And if none of that works, Hegseth threatened to invoke the Defense Production Act, a law from the 1950s that gives the government the power to compel companies to produce goods deemed critical to national security. In this case, it would force Anthropic to provide its AI to the military with no restrictions, whether the company agrees or not. Amodei did not budge. Sources familiar with the meeting say the tone was cordial, but Anthropic made clear it has no plans to back down. The company's position is that its restrictions have never actually prevented the Pentagon from doing its work. Claude ordered the Maduro operation. It operates in classified systems today. Anthropic says the issue is not about what the military can do now, it is about what the military might do in the future with no safeguards at all. And this is where Elon Musk enters the story. While Anthropic was refusing to remove its guardrails, xAI agreed to everything the Pentagon asked for. All lawful purposes, no restrictions. The deal was signed. Grok is now cleared for the same classified systems where Claude operates: intelligence analysis, weapons development, battlefield planning. There is an irony here that is hard to miss. Grok, the AI model that was approved for America's most sensitive military systems, is the same model embedded in X, the social media platform Musk owns. It is also the model that drew global criticism weeks ago for generating highly sexualized deepfake images without consent. The Pentagon's position is that Grok's behavior on a social media platform is irrelevant to its potential in a classified military environment. But the speed at which xAI was brought in tells you how badly the Pentagon wants leverage over Anthropic. And the Pentagon is not stopping there. Google is reportedly close to a deal to bring Gemini into classified systems. OpenAI is in active negotiations to do the same with ChatGPT. Every major AI company is being asked to accept the same terms: all lawful purposes with no conditions. The companies that say yes get in. The company that says no gets threatened with a Cold War-era law designed to force wartime production. Now here's the part that connects to a larger story this channel has been following. If you watched our video on how Chinese AI labs were caught copying capabilities from American AI companies through tens of thousands of fake accounts and millions of exchanges, you already know the American AI advantage is under pressure from the outside. What this Pentagon story reveals is that it is also under pressure from the inside. The very companies building America's most advanced AI are now being told that the price of working with the government is surrendering control over how their technology is used. Anthropic is valued at $380 billion. It just closed a $30 billion funding round. It has more than 500 enterprise customers, spending over $1 million a year. It does not need the Pentagon's $200 million, but what it cannot afford is being labeled a supply chain risk by the Department of Defense. That label does not just affect military contracts. It sends a signal to every Fortune 500 company evaluating AI vendors. The deadline is Friday. Anthropic has said it will not change its position. The Pentagon has said it will not change its demands. One of them is going to blink, and the outcome will shape how artificial intelligence is used by the most powerful military on Earth for years to come. The question at the center of this story is not whether AI should be used in warfare. It already is. The question is whether the company that builds the AI gets any say in how it is used after it is sold. Anthropic says yes. The Pentagon says no. And right now, the Pentagon has 1 day left on the clock.